So, I think we got just about everything back on. Alright. Couldn't figure out some of the stuff in Critter just yet, but I'll get there. Like, I found it and then I forgot what it was. Work on some stuff. Got like a basic animation for blinking to work. And I'm gonna try and build up some skills in that. And preferably some organization and everything. I think I have a bit of a plan of attack now just to build up some of the techniques and stuff. As far as like the organization of layers and stuff. Keep everything relatively organized and mostly functioning. So, in either case, we are back. Actually, you know what? I am missing one somewhat vital thing. I do not have the death counter on. That would probably be helpful. Okay, death counter is on and selected, so we should be good. And we're just going to do a quick test here before we do anything, just so I don't have to worry about confusing myself later on when I'm reviewing VODs or whatever. Okay, it goes up one, goes down one. Okay, we're good. Just want to make sure that we didn't have a disconnect. I had to do a couple updates and I connected some stuff, and while in theory it shouldn't, I'd rather not run the risk of something breaking and not necessarily being fully aware of it, so there's that. I think what we're going to try and do is we're going to try and, at the very least, get ready to tackle the Divide. Now, the Divide, unlike the other DLCs, we can actually take as much stuff as we want with us. I'm pretty sure that's how that works. I started it once, I've never actually finished it, so I'm going to keep it under first playthrough. We did do quite a few other things. We have Lily with us. I don't know if we're going to keep her with us. On the bright side, she's good for stealth. But I also feel like we should probably go and do some quests, whatever her companion quests are, and be good with that. Right? I kind of feel like that's the thing that we should do. My biggest concern is I don't know how well we will do against the super mutants. If we botch things and have to fight our way out. Somehow. Actually, it's not really in the super mutants themselves as much as the nightkin that I think are going to be the problem. Because unless I like straight up mess things up really bad, I don't think... what was his name? Jacob is going to have a problem with this. Also, I'm going to have to get used to this noise that she makes. Because we've been traveling for so long by ourselves that it really hasn't been a problem. You know? Okay, so we have 10mm submachine gun, the 12.7, which honestly is probably going to be better because it is silenced. We can get it silenced. We have a 9mm, which we haven't really used, right? Yeah, it's pretty much full. We have this 45 unique, light and shining darkness. Downside to it, we cannot get mods for it. Because you can have a silenced 45. However, you cannot have a silenced a light and shining in darkness. Apparently. We have anti-material rifle now, which is great, by the way. Last stream that we did this for, we ended up doing cazadors. In fact, you know what? You know what? Alright. I think we're just going to put that up. It has nothing to do with anything that I am going to try and do, but we killed the legendary cazador. Accidentally. I mean, once I knew it was there, I purposely killed it, because it was that or die. But I did not mean to find the legendary cazador. That was not a thing. I knew that there was one. I did not know that where its location was. Honestly, I kind of thought it would be like with the eggs, and it wasn't. And it's like, well, we killed the legendary. You know what? Screw it. Fuck it. We're gonna go with the eggs. Got the eggs. The only thing that remains for the Thorn, as far as quest line for the hunts and stuff, is to get eggs from the Death Claws. Technically, there's 2 locations. Because I already plan on doing it. When we do, we are going to go for Quarry Junction. For no other reason than that's supposed to be like the ultimate test for your character build, right? Also, this hunting shotgun's been putting in work. It put in so much fucking work last time. Assault Carbine also did quite a bit. Assault Carbine, Hunting Shotgun, Anti-Material Rifle. These are going to be our 3 big ones. If I can get the Heavy Machine Gun, or the Light Machine Gun, rather, that would also be nice. I probably will never have the strength to use the minigun. Unless we did the, what is it? The training perk, where you can add a +1 modifier to any of your special stats. We could probably do it that way. I'm going to try not to. Also, I have no idea how we're on the laser RCW. I don't think we really used it all that much. The Survivalist Rifle has been doing reasonably well. I don't think we need that many rounds, but we do. I think we did this because it does 57 versus what? I think we still have our service rifle, right? Yeah. 135 DPS, this is with normal 5.56, and 21 damage. Versus Survivalist Rifle, which is 57 and 234 DPS. Now we get more rounds with the 5.56 and all that, and yeah, we can use like armor penetrating and hollow point and all that, but yeah. Service Rifle, apparently not super great. Survivalist Rifle requires strength at 2. And my only real problem is sometimes I can't quite tell if I'm actually landing hits. That is something that I kind of like with Fallout 4, but let's be realistically, you don't get hit markers in real life. We also have the right shotgun, which I don't think we're going to end up using this for a while. We could. It only requires a strength of 5 right now, because we have the weapon handling perk. Normally, it would be like 7. That's why the hunting shotgun's all the way down to 3. But we do have this kitted out. 9.3 times 7. 9.1 times 7. So technically, per shot, a hunting shotgun does more. But you have more rounds loaded, and you can spit them out faster. So it kind of depends, right? Also, I don't have that many 12 gauge on hand. So, hunting shotgun's fine. But there are times where it's like, yeah, spitting out more rounds is definitely the better way to go. Also, we have Silence 22. We had the Varmint Rifle, which put in a lot of work. We had the weathered 10mm with the silencer, which would also probably be nice to have. But we only have so many things we can carry. Also, we have all these plasma rifles. So, 72 DPS, 46 damage. 151 DPS, 17 damage. So, more DPS, but also larger magazine. More damage per round, but plasma does travel a bit slower than lasers. So, there are actually mods that speed up your plasma rounds so you can, be more accurate with your shots. Otherwise, just get good, I guess. 44 Magnum, I really didn't use it. It does 34. And this does 39. 34, 39. Now, to be fair, this is unique. But since we do have this, I mean, carry more rounds. Well, I guess not, because it's only 6. But it does seem to reload a lot faster than this. So, and we need to start using 9mm. Honestly, to save on munitions. Before we get too far, we have 10 anti-venom, and these really start helping us, especially against the cazadors. I highly recommend you make sure you got something to get rid of the animal poison. Otherwise, if you get stung even a couple of times, you're probably not going to have a very good time, because the poison keeps it so you cannot actually heal, and you'll continue to lose health afterwards for, I think, a certain amount of time. I don't know how long that is, but probably more than enough to kill you. Now, we could do stuff like this, where it's like, oh yeah, +1 charisma, -5 intelligence, +5 to strength, if we were doing unarmed builds. Honestly, the stuff's just here so I can carry loot. And then we got a bunch of other things that help with limb condition. So heal perception and limb damage, restore limb condition, melee damage +10, unarmed damage +10. But you do lose 2 hit points for 2 seconds. Whiskey, Xander root, and some stuff we gotta go and craft. Do we even have... There's duct tape. Scrap electronics. I need more scrap metal. That's what the problem's going to be. Okay. So I can find scrap metal. We can come back. We can build... I need scrap metal and I need duct tape. And then we can build more weapon repair kits. Which is pretty much going to be our go-to, because otherwise, a lot of our weaponry right now is going to be very expensive to get repaired otherwise. So I think we can get to the point where we can drop the 9mm, which is also supposed to be pretty effective against cazadors, since they technically don't get any damage threshold resistant. Is that firing just ambiance? Might have been. Sometimes I'm a little cautious.
Welcome back. Can I get you anything?
All right.
Sure thing. Have a look.
Let's take a look, see what he's got. I still like you can get a pistol scope. It's kind of weird, right? Does anyone actually use the pistol scope? I'm sure there's someone out there that does. Look at all that big corner meat I sold. Custom action. Damn. Make the cowboy actually a bit better. Not that it's bad, but... Katana. 17 damage. Bonus critical chance. Bonus limb damage. Authentic Blade gives a +5 to damage with the grip. If we were doing a melee build, or I had any kind of melee build, we would definitely be doing that, I think. Laser pistol focus optics, +3 damage. 20 damage. Okay. MF Hyperbreeder Alpha. $28. That's probably actually pretty well worth it, but it's pretty pricey. But you don't have to pay for ammo. You just have to essentially just worry about repair and the recharge. 52 damage. 78. How much does the anti-material? 105. Yeah, okay. That's for plasma pistol, though. Plasma defenders, 28 damage. 75. Versus 37 at full. Plasma rifle, mag accelerator. I feel like I get that, right? That gun, 5.56. Looks like we'll have ads in about 3 minutes. It's probably the reason I'm trying not to do anything too important right now. Okay. And check to see if we have anything we don't particularly care about carrying with us. That's just that needs to be sold. Nope. He also doesn't really have any ammo that I want. Now I could buy microfusion cells and stuff. I could also buy the mag accelerator. But honestly, I don't know if we'll end up using the plasma rifle for a while. If we could ride the dinosaur, then yes. But we can't. Alright, I guess I'll just come over here and use these expensive rounds and see if there's anyone that's worth eliminating. I'm sure we need quite a lot before we get
Your grandma knows how to stay quiet.
Okay. Have to be careful with her. They are beyond our vision, and thus the draw distance. real question is, what do we do with you? I guess we could just go and do the loyalty quests. I kind of don't want her with me, just in case. For, trying to see if we can get, like, more laser RCWs and stuff. I don't think that would end well.
Welcome, sir or madam. Do you wish to... I am ready to process our transaction.
Alright, and we'll just change that little thing for overlay. But yeah, so we could get, otherwise you could have gotten an AP silencer, AP HT slide, and then I guess we could have also pistol extension. I don't know, I got that. Anyway. Bolt, CF. Bolt, CF, okay. Long tube would allow you +4 to your ammo. I haven't found any Gatling lasers. High-speed motor. Oh, they do have scrap metal though. So we'll buy that. And not really anything else. The drums for the SMG, which gives us another 60 rounds. Damn. We'll buy some 12 gauge rounds. I guess that's about it, right? You have explosives, though. We're not going to be able to get any more 5mm. And we would be able to handle those. 302. I'm going to keep that in mind. We'll come back for that. This minigun requires 8, which we won't be able to handle utilizing that at all. I just like how expensive this is. Critical kill, boom. I think we picked up one of these. At one point. Anyway, we'll call that good. Okay. So now that we're out of ads, for certain, I guess we just go and do her quests. Which will take us to Charleston Cave. So fast travel to Jacobstown. I mean, honestly, around Jacobstown, it's pretty chill. Just some mantises and bighorners. And bighorners are especially nice. They're not too hard to kill in comparison to everything else. That tends to be pretty dang high. And even more, they give like 45 XP per kill, which is great. Okay, we're still a bit thirsty, so I guess we'll use another. We need to eat some stuff. We need to eat. We need to eat. Dang. 504 HP.
That's much better.
We'll give you one more. Don't want to spend all my stim packs on you. So she is quite tanky because we only have 335. Not that I've been hyper focusing on endurance or anything. And I'm going to go ahead and guess that there is only one way in and one way out. Yeah, sure looks that one. Okay. Unless... Okay, so while we're on this, we have a little bit of armor piercing, which we don't really need too often, and we have explosive. We don't really need the explosives right now. Also, we're going to go ahead and just assign that now. Okay, all we have is overcharge shot. This is fine. Now we're going to go in under the assumption that, you know, we're going to have to deal with some alphas and stuff. Okay, so I don't think she's losing hit points while in sneak. I don't think that's the case. I think she just like got poisoned a lot from the cazadors, which would make like the most sense. But that's just my assumption. Now, because they are night stalkers, there is a bit of a chance that we might have to deal with them before we even get, like, into the cave. I'm pretty sure we don't need to worry about sleep anymore, thanks to some weird glitch that's apparently has affected our save file. Okay, so we don't have to worry about that. Okay, it almost looked like there was a tripwire. We kind of use VATS to preemptively find them. think there'd be like a little bit of distortion or whatever, right? I saw a little bit. Just barely. And they're move a little bit. Oh, okay, well, Lily's fine. Okay, are they actually doing anything to you, Lily? Okay, so I can kind of do that and cheat a bit, which is slightly funny. I thought there were supposed to be like 3 down here. Well, you can't say that their stealth isn't effective. I don't think we're gonna get anything super terrible. There's always a slight chance. Good job, Lily. She's doing what she's supposed to. Draw aggro. Okay, so we got hit a little bit. Not too bad. Shoot, stealth boy. Well, we found the source. So a knight can travel here, or get over here at some points. Oh baby. Well, we got a unique weapon. Another one that really doesn't help us. There's been a couple like that. Like the sawn-off shotgun. At first, we just didn't have a whole lot of 12 gauge. I'm guessing that if you wanted to do this like as a pacifist mission, you take a stealth boy, you have high sneak, and then you just kind of have to know or guess where they're going to be based upon patterns. Alright, how do you make anti-venom? You take this and rad scorp. Okay. Sorry, we're going to be hearing the clicks of the bats for a bit. I don't think there's anything else, but you know, could be. I guess they both kind of lead to the same area, right? Except one, you kind of have a sniper's position. Now it makes me wonder if there's like... It wasn't like any that were like invisible out here, right? Like you could do that, but part of keeping the entire surprise of, yeah, they're also invisible. You were already kind of told that, and that's why you want to see go get their blood and all that. Okay. So, we got the blood, got all that. Still unsure why she died on our first attempt trying to head back to town. It could have been like one of two things. Maybe three, I guess. But since she died like in transit and not like in combat, we did a run back for that. If it was like if she actually like died in combat, would have been different. But she is very tough. And if she heals after combat, I think we'll be fine. Okay. Oops.
Is there something else I can do for you?
I found a chewed up stealth boy in the Night Stalker lair.
There's still power, but the casing is cracked. I'm astonished that exposure to the stealth radiation could induce mutations so rapidly. More importantly, this explains why my research into this group of Night Stalkers hasn't come up with a cure for the nightkin. There's only one avenue left for me. I need to run the Mark II test on Lily. It's the only way.
Why Lily and not some other nightkin?
Lily is eccentric, certainly, but I've never felt she was dangerous. More importantly, she asked if she could help me in some way. I've told her about the risks, and she still insists on helping me.
Okay. What are the risks to the experiment?
Possibly immediate and permanent metal damage. There's a reason the Stealth Boy Mark IIs never got beyond the prototype stage. Lily already has a pre-existing condition, and the experiment will likely make things worse for her.
Okay. I'll talk to Lily then.
I'll be waiting.
Hey.
Okay. Before we start, I like how we don't need sleep anymore. Okay, just gonna wait for the healing to finish up.
Is there something else I can do for you?
No, we need to talk to her.
Hello again, dear.
Do you still want to help Dr. Henry run his experiment?
Of course, dearie. I know it's dangerous, but it'll all turn out for the best. You'll see. I'll go to him now. It would be rude to keep him waiting.
The equipment is hooked up and ready. We can start the test as soon as you give me the go-ahead.
Go ahead and run the test.
Very well. Please stand back. I don't want any erroneous readings. You're welcome to stay and observe if you want, though. All right, power on the stealth boy, Lily.
Feels strange. Strange, but good.
Interesting. Try thinking aggressive thoughts now. Think about smashing a rat scorpion.
Lily smash! Yeah!
How are those readings looking, Calamity?
Stealth field is unstable and scrambling things. The reading says gamma wave activity is 0. But that can't possibly be right. Gamma wave activity is 0. That can't be right. Must be a result of the interference.
All right, we're done here. Go ahead and power the stealth boy down, Billy.
Oh, I like having it on.
I'll get back to you on that in a moment, once I've analyzed the results.
Well, congratulations on getting the Mark II prototype functional, Doctor. Now, just hand it over, and we'll be on our way.
I don't think I can win this, so we're gonna try and talk this.
My request is perfectly reasonable. Give us the stealth boy specs, and there will be no need for us to splatter the room with your insides.
What you do in the wasteland affects all the units here, but you didn't think about that, did you?
No, I didn't. Not until now, anyway. Very well, human. You've made your point, and I withdraw my request.
It also helps to have a 12-gauge shotgun on hand. But, you know, safety.
Hey there! Nice work with the nightkin. I've never seen anyone able to talk their kind out of anything once they had their mind set to it. I got a lot of useful data from the experiment, and am a lot closer to a cure than before. It's occurred to me that this brief test might not yield a cure anytime soon. However, if Lily were to continue to wear the prototype...
We don't have enough science. What do you want to do? You know what? We can come back
I
to this.
understand.
I could give her the Mark II. I don't know if that's the best idea. It might not be, right?
Don't you still have business?
And then I guess as soon as she was done... Okay, back to my Brahmin. Okay, so... having Lily around was a bit nice. We'll probably come back and recruit her again later once we have the science. At least then we have the option to. I don't know if I want her to have the Mark II or not. Okay, now I guess we'll just do a very brief stroll and see if we can spot any big ones. I guess the more critters we can get that have like 45 XP, the better off we will be to getting our next level up. I don't think anything's going to be respawned just yet, since it hadn't been that long since we left. Like, maybe a day. And nope, nothing. Okay, I don't even think we have like any real indication that this stupid cavern was supposed to be hiding anything in particular. just gonna give a quick look and see if we left anything behind. No, I think we got everything. Okay. Got that. Numbers today. Yeah, I guess we'll take that with us. Okay. But I like how this has like no indication for the horrors that it hides. So, no big corners yet. I guess we'll go this way and see if there's anything to hunt while we're here. These things are pretty good to grind with. Yeah, the Xander root. And I guess that's just about all that's pretty much in the area. So we can get our signs so that we can come back and probably do the speech check for the Lily quest. That's where Red Rock is. We need way more supplies before we even attempt that, and probably some more levels. Wreckage. It's also supposed to be Death Claws. It'll probably be the death of us. But I'm kind of curious to see what's inside the building. It's probably more death claws. Like, I don't even know if you can go inside the building, but it kind of feels like if you could, it'd be a bad idea. You get a Deathclaw hand, which gives us 75. Okay, so we get 45 out of the young. Man, I wish I was paying a bit more attention when we kill the adult. But nope, nothing on that one. And nothing on this one. Look at how many there are. And then Junction Quarry is supposed to be even worse. But I think we got the marker. Yeah, Gibson Train Yard. It's definitely something I'm gonna have to look up once I feel like we're actually somewhat ready to take them on. Blind Deathclaw, 45. Another blind Deathclaw. 113. But that was because of a perk. Rifleman. That was the Rifleman challenge. It's not another young Deathclaw. Like, damn. How many young Deathclaws are out here? Apparently a bunch. There are a large number of blind and young Deathclaws here, apparently. Definitely gonna have to get a resupply. regular Deathclaw, right? Still just 45. It does not matter what kind of Deathclaw, it's all 45. Okay, they are definitely not worth it. I needed to run the experiment, and then I needed to clarify the experiment. Also like how we got 2 hints from the blind Deathclaw, but nothing from the regular. Alright, I guess we'll fast travel to the Thorn and then do a walk around and see if we can pick up some more laser RCWs. Or whatever have you. Some more loot. And at least build back some caps. Try and do it that way. Oh, baby. 53 damage. I don't even have melee built up. 53 damage, though. Okay, well, I don't see any fiends here in particular. Sometimes there's like 1 or 2 here, sometimes there's not. Game. Well, I guess we'll be back. I'm like 12 minutes away from pre-roll. So I guess I'll throw on a bit of an ad. Hold on. We'll just do a 3-minute ad since I got to restart the entire console and everything because I am doing this on 360 original hardware, original genuine hardware, and yeah, so that's unfortunate. At least it didn't happen during something actually important, you know. So, whoops, I ain't it. All right. Hopefully we're back and we don't have this issue again. But the good news is it happened during just normal normal travel. Alright. You know what? We're gonna try this again. Also, I forgot to change helms. Okay. Now, as long as we don't crash again. And of course, it crashed right when I took my eyes off the game for like a few seconds to check something. At least we made it further than we did last time. Damn. Full solo ambush. Buff out. That lady had buff out as a chem addict. We're not gonna be able to carry everything, but oh, he has two. Face wrap armor. I guess we'll just take that for now. There's the plasma rifle. Alright, how about this? What if... What if we, take the large, whatever it was. Large Wasteland Tequila. You now carry 300. Guess we'll drop that, the brass knuckles, and the knife. We'll also go ahead and one of those, which will put us... Okay. And then from here we just go to gun runners, sell the loot, and I'm pretty certain they're not going to have a resupply, but it'd be nice if they did. I probably gotta wait for like another day or so. And honestly, that's kind of what I'm just waiting for. I need to get a resupply for the 50 mg, and I'd like way more 5mm.
Welcome, sir or ma'am.
Can't use big corner meat, unfortunately. They still don't have regular at 50 mg, but they have more explosive. Okay, I guess we'll just do that. Okay, so what do we got for Power Fist? Power Fist ported, high cap, and chrome tubes. But I don't know if we can use that with the unique Power Fist that we have. Grenade rifle, long barrel. TF parts, custom, suppressor. I have CF parts. I have suppressor. I don't think I have custom bolts. Well, it's not nearly as important as the other two, I think. 5mm surplus. I'd kind of rather not. I guess that's about it. I could buy one of those and do a quick repair, maybe. But that's about it. I don't think I'm going to be doing anything with her blood for a while. Oh yeah, I saw these. Okay. Yeah, I saw those. I'm rich again. Okay, you know what? I'm gonna buy... I'm gonna buy that. We're gonna do a quick repair. And life is good. I could also try and go for an implant, but... So I already took an implant for agility, and I already took an implant for strength. Maybe. Unsure. We're gonna have to wait until the tequila wears off. That was a lot of tequila. We need only about 220 more experience, and then we get a level up. Yippee! Well, shoot. What to do now? Caesar's Legion safe house. Canyon Wreckage, that's to the DLC. And ironically enough, I'm pretty sure this right here is also to the DLC. And all that's left is also that takes us to DLC. And I have not made myself wait over to Ranger Station Bravo. You know what? I guess we could do that. We could probably do that. The tequila has worn off. Nuka-Cola Victory. Where the hell do we get Nuka-Cola Victory? It must be a DLC thing, right? Also, dog steaks. Oh, that gives you pretty good healing for a full minute. Gecko kebab. We need 60, 75. And damn, these like need 90. I wish it kind of told you what you'd be looking at for like damage resistance and all that. So you know whether or not it's actually worth attempting. More freaking cazadors. Swear, man. Okay, well there's the ranger station. Just a hop, skip, and one rifle shot away, I guess. I like how the game's like, you're in a treacherous area. Oh, well. Okay, just making sure it's actually under NCR control or something. I'm pretty sure all the ranger stations are until you trigger like certain quests. Then maybe not so much. You know, just a deck of cards.
You're here to sell something. We don't want any.
Sergeant Ray sent me here. I've got a new security update for your radio.
No problem. Hey, do me a favor when you get back to Reyes and tell her that we don't need any more damn ammo. Wouldn't mind more water, though.
Why don't you use your radio to fix your supply situation?
You think I haven't tried? Every time I do, Camp Golf acknowledges the situation. And soon after that, more ammo.
Since you have extra, could I have some of that ammo? How are your water supplies right now?
We're not gonna die of thirst anytime soon, but I'd rather have too much than not enough. It's not my call to make. You'd have to clear it with Ranger Erickson.
Okay. Hello, Erickson.
What brings you to Ranger Station Bravo?
Tilden mentioned you had surplus ammo. Mind if I have some?
You're not stationed here, but your rep with the NCR speaks for itself. It's mostly rifle rounds, but I'll throw in a few boxes of pistol ammo. I really shouldn't be doing this for you, but there's no way we're gonna use all of this or be able to carry it with us.
Sounds good to me. 6556, 30, 357. I can't use this. But I might be able to convert it. Anyway. Nice. I don't have the button programmed right now, but all of this just works. Oh yeah. Yeah, I don't mind if I do. He really wants to go to bed. Or she, I guess. I can't tell. That's a... I guess it's probably female. I think.
Nice job out there.
Yep, okay. She really wants to go to bed. Can't blame her. Baseball. And then pretty much something else. We tell them we want more water. And they say okay, acknowledge the situation, and then more ammo. It's like we don't, it's not that we don't appreciate the ammo, but we can't carry this with us. There's way too much here. Alright, we're not doing that. Also not going to be doing that for a bit. I guess return to senders we'll be working on. While we wait for an actual proper resupply. Do we have everything else? I suppose so. So we'll head over to Ranger Station Delta next. Which may or may not be irradiated. I think one of them is. No, not this one.
Patrolling the Mohawk.
I'm not supposed to let civilians just walk around this place. There better be a good reason for you being here.
I brought radio security code updates from Sergeant Reyes at Camp Forlorn Hope.
Very well. You can tell Reyes that this station is secure. Ma'am.
Oh. Oh, hold on. Okay, that makes things less confusing. And then there's Alpha. Before we get too far. Okay, we are indeed thirsty. Do we still have dirty water? We do. Okay, let's use that up. Okay, calm, officer.
We won't go quietly. The Legion can count on that.
Okay. Well, I feel rather mixed. So, we have Ghoul Rangers, but if we talk to the guy in the irradiated,
Gotta wonder what the hell
town?
a civilian is doing here.
he says the NCR does not look kindly upon ghouls. So it's like, wait.
What, again? Didn't I just change those damn things? Alright, fine. Show me the new codes. Yeah.
You know what? I think we'll do Charlie last. I think Charlie is the problem child, but I don't know if it's... I'm pretty sure that they get overtaken by Legion when you start a quest for the person over there in Novak. I don't think it starts before them. NCR needs you strong. Do not eat irradiated food.
Hello.
Nope.
This post isn't someplace a civilian ought to be.
Sergeant Reyes at Camp Forlorn Hope sent me with a security update for your radio.
All right. She radioed ahead and mentioned that somebody was coming by. Odd that she'd send a civilian instead of a trooper, though.
Anything going on around here?
Just the usual. Legion scouts try to slip across the river a couple of times a week, but they always end up floating downriver with holes in their heads.
Cool. Alright. We're going to travel to Novak first. I didn't actually clear out the... I can't think of the gang's name. Anyway. Raider gang. The Raider gang that likes to hang out over there. I like how this Brahmin is now perpetually here because his master is dead. Also, I need to find duct tape. I don't have very much ammo left, but this is the cheap stuff. I don't feel like using explosives on them. Even if it would be funny. You see, usually the only thing that's really dangerous about them is that one or two of them will have grenade rifles, and that's about it. Otherwise, they're usually not that bad. Young Golden. Yeah, I guess we can call that. But there were multiple people. Not sure why all you had was a fork, despite, you know, everything else that you had. But I guess. Anti-venom. Oh, yeah, it's stim pack at least. It's just worth so much more. Okay, so what we're going to do is we're going to go ahead and plant another save since it's been a while. Damn. There's a guy all the way up here. Okay, well, we're not being targeted by them yet, so... The fuck? It's making that noise. I don't think it's him, but it sounds like someone has an automatic weapon. Okay. So it's these guys up here. Alright, so there's a small little camp and a patrol. They were fighting something. I kind of like it better when they actually, like, die to wildlife or whatever. Which, ironically enough, it's pretty funny because that's actually the first time we saw death, not... Use the 45. We saw the night stalkers. Who the fuck keeps firing? Do they just have like a guy that's just... Whatever. That's gotta be like actual combat noises, right? I should probably just head over to the camp, but I am very curious to see if there's like actually any combat going on somewhere. Given the proximity of the two camps. Really? Oh, it's that much closer to another level up. Okay, so you couldn't be making that noise. I think that noise was just ambience. I think he's got a revolver. So, who the hell is making that weird, like, automatic fire noise? Does it sound like an actual person firing rather than just the usual ambience? Are these guys like already dead? Is that what's going on? Kinda seems like it. I got vodka. Huh. So either everyone's just dead, which is a possibility considering how close the Legion is, and the entire premise of the current quest that we got. Okay, so what I'm going to do is plant a save. There's only a few things. I mean, it would suck. It would suck if I had to. But maybe no one's here. Oh, no, people are.
McCarran doesn't like it when civilians wander into military outposts, so if you're here on business, better make it quick.
I brought new security codes for the station's radio from Sergeant Reyes.
Simple enough to change? I doubt the Legion's listening in on us. They're not that sophisticated. But better safe than sorry, right?
Oh, was that about McCarran?
Radio signal out here can be pretty spotty because of all the hills. Sometimes our scheduled updates don't go through. When it happens enough times, they send someone over to check up on us. Lately, we've been getting extra medical supplies for some reason. I'm in no rush to give the supplies back, either.
Mind if I take some of the extra medical supplies?
I shouldn't have said anything in the first place. And I'd rather not get you into the habit of crossing the NCR.
Anything unusual happening around here?
All quiet at the moment. Ranger Beaumont is in charge here, but he's off leading a patrol.
I kind of don't believe him. Considering there's no one else here, like, at all. I'm not going to take anything, but I'm curious. Alright, well, that's all done. I guess we gotta trace it all the way back to McCarran. He could be a traitor, considering that what I know about one of the other quests, where this entire place is overrun, essentially. But I'll believe him for now, since technically stealing or taking anything from that building is straight up stealing, so. Like Eredish. I shall believe you for now. Getting closer. Actually, how overweight are we? By one. Da, 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 da. That's only a cup. I need to get some stim packs anyway, so she's here. Oh, she's down here. Then one guard became two.
What can I do for you?
Alright. Also, how much do we got for Radaway and stuff, right? That's probably going to be the next big thing. That's what we're trying to get ready for. Do that. Pack of cigarettes. Don't need that. Sell the turpentine. Let's go and sell the hides, I guess. Well, could definitely do stuff with that instead.
Thanks.
Welcome. Come on in. Welcome back.
I don't think you
Sure
have
thing.
anything that we want.
Have a look.
Yeah. Good. Double check. Yep, okay. We've got to take that, I guess. I saw the fact that he has a katana with all the mods you need for it. Well, maybe not anymore. Huh, I guess he doesn't anymore. He did have. Alright. Alright, we don't need that. Definitely don't need that. Take the plasma rifle. $16 damage. Alright. So, anything else? We need to get rid of the excess ammo that we do not need, like 357. 10mm. 20 gauge. 5.56 rounds. Electrofusion cells. Just make sure. What does the plasma rifle use? Microfusion cells. I guess we'll leave that behind. Do we need pulse slugs? don't see why not. It does weigh 8, though. I just had normal 9 mil, huh? Yeah, I suppose we still have plenty of the regular 5mm before we start going into the specialty stuff. Okay. Let's see, we do not need black coffee, because we do not need sleep, apparently. Alright, anything else? You can't jump, which makes sense. There's some games where, even though you're over encumbered, you can still, like, jump and stuff. Like, Skyrim is one of those, I think. Just gotta slowly make our way over. I wonder, like, I don't know if the survivalist rifle is, like, unique or anything. Kind of interesting if it was. think I have anything to sell, but do you have anything that's worth buying?
Hey there. Need it?
She has explosive rounds, which is interesting. A lot of special stuff. Plasma Defender, 37, 96. Plasma Pistol, 32, 59. I like how at full, Plasma Pistol is only 234 caps. What is this fire cell? It uses E-cells. This also uses E-cells, but also it only weighs one pound. 36, 46. Alright, yeah, we'll do that. Okay, and what does that leave us with for stim packs? 22. Okay, so we're gonna go to Good Springs Source. And then we're just gonna chill out there for a little bit. In the hopes that we can pick up more ammo. 5mm would be nice. What I really need is a 50 MG. Okay. And then we'll have ads like in 2 minutes. I guess we go hunting for a little bit. Get us that much closer.
We won't go quietly.
Sergeant McGee. why it does that sometimes. Go into sneak, try and take a shot, and then just... Nope. Okay, we did get the level up. I was concerned there for a bit. It's like, did I misread the experience that we needed? Alright, so we got our level up. Now we just gotta get the supplies, and then we can move on. We could probably start the DLC then. Put that there. 90. 90 is good. Get up to 80. And I don't know. One pointed to unarmed. Well, that's weird. Weird. Like either I just don't have the range with the gun, which very well could be the case, or the sights are just a little bit weird. Okay. I think I'm starting to understand a little bit, although that was a frame skipper and a half. Huh. Really? And then the game almost froze there. Huh. Where does Buddy go? And he's not quite like that, at least not with this gun. Also, where on earth did his buddy go? Did I actually kill him? I guess. That one was a little bit weird. I didn't even realize I got him. So many ash piles. We'll wait for like an entire day, I guess. Ironically enough, we're waiting it for an entire day. We're not very hungry. Which is a little bit funny. don't think there's going to be anything else out here, but you never know. It's a big horner. Quick, shoot it for 45 experience. Alright, we'll check with the general store here before we head off back to the gunrunners and see. Hopefully they have a resupply. Because I like to at least have the 50 MG needed for stuff with everything else. Which is part of the reason why I picked up the plasma rifle and stuff. Although I might change it out for the Defender, maybe.
You looking to buy some supply?
Depending on what mods there are for it, because I can't remember, and how expensive those mods are between everything. Plasma pistol recycler, plasma pistol, 35. Alright. So those. One egg.
Another satisfying.
Alright. Get to a steak. That's probably like the only other thing I need to do is cook the meat that we do have. And then we're mostly set as soon as I get the ammo. You know, funnily enough, I haven't really seen too many of the Wild Wasteland stuff. Which is kind of funny, I suppose. Oh yeah, let me take one of these quirks here real quick, and maybe we can have a bit of fun. See something I've never seen before. It's all like 2, 3, maybe 4 things. Not much beyond that. Okay, we do need to report back. I guess we do that first. And then we'll head up to Gunrunners. Since it's been a little bit.
Welcome back. Glad to hear it. I'll switch over all radio broadcasts to the new encrypted channels. This ought to help us stay a step ahead of any spies. Before you go, I've got another job available.
What else do you need?
We've received some disturbing reports from some of the ranger stations. Heavy casualties at Alpha, super mutant legionaries at Delta. The weirdest one has to be the Great Khans and their trained death claws at Foxtrot. These reports can't be accurate, can they? I know you've already been out there, but could you do me a solid and confirm these reports with the rangers who sent them in?
I'll investigate and let you know what I find out about those odd reports. Sure.
Thank you, and good luck.
At least we'll have a quest. Okay, so we're still on that. Okay. So it's just stage 2 of it. Well. May or may not involve combat, so we're gonna head over to Gunrunners. The biggest thing is whether or not it puts us at odds with the Caesar's Legion just yet. And while I should probably have everything we need to start that entire debacle, I think it'd be funnier if we just like complete all the DLC and everything before we start anything resembling the main quests.
Welcome, sir or madam.
Let me see if I actually have anything to sell. I don't think I do. Oh, thank goodness. How much we got for 12 gauge? 21. Damn. 49 cases? Sure, I'll take that. Hold on, that's a assault carbine. Now they have duct tape. If we got this would probably replace a good chunk of everything we had. And reduce this all the way down to a 5.56 round. Right? I am tempted, but that will leave us too low on deficit if we don't like it. And I'd have to get this if you want to go for the silent approach, because you have to have the Gunrunners edition in order to get the mods for them. Oh, for the grand majority of them anyway. 45 auto pistol, maybe not so much. Alright, guess we'll head back to Novak. And we're just not going to have a whole lot of room to carry hardly anything. I'm going to have to make some decisions. I'll probably have to leave behind the plasma rifle for now until we're like actually ready to go. That's 8, not counting the ammo for it. If I get the Defender, though, it should cost a pretty penny. I kind of have a way to aim. Like it's not much of one, but which takes us all the way down to 200. So between the microfusion cells and the gun, that was like almost 60 pounds, apparently. Long tube and choke. I don't think there was anything else for that one. I think there's only one mod for the laser RCW. I haven't seen any for the Surrealist rifle. And then you have the All-American, which I kind of didn't like. Oh yeah, I forgot that we have this thing. Anything else I want to leave behind? I don't think so. Alright, now I'll leave behind our extra items. Whoops, that's not what I meant to do. Okay, that helps a bit more. It's nice having a house. A place to dump your excess stuff without risk of losing it. Alright. Hopefully this is just questioning. that way.
No sudden moves, and you and I will do all right. What do you want?
You filed a report which said Legion super mutants wiped out an NCR patrol.
No, I didn't. You might hear that kind of nonsense from a drunk trooper on the strip, but not from me. The Legion doesn't have super mutants. That patrol was wiped out by its own incompetence. A couple of the troopers were fooling around with a grenade when it went off.
Okay. And a robo-brain bot. No, it wasn't. Those troopers were taken out by their own incompetence. You can't even say that they died in combat. Honestly, being wiped out by Legion super units would probably have been a more glorious end. Oh, yeah, you're right here.
This is a military op.
Sergeant Ray sent me. She's curious about the high casualties at this station.
High casualties? We've had one broken ankle, but nobody at this post has died.
Ray's information says otherwise. How could Ray's have been wrong?
There are other ranger posts around. Reyes might have mixed up the report. Any injury, illness, or death gets radioed to Ranger HQ at Camp Golf. Chief Hanlon and his aides compile the reports and assign reinforcements as needed. And they're not needed here.
Yeah. And up to Foxtrot. You know, the, what was it? The, I can't even think what they're called now. Getting tired. Trained death claws, though.
Yeah?
I need to confirm your report about Great Khans with trained death claws.
You must be mistaken. I haven't filed any report like that. Trained death claws? I would have remembered that. If someone is saying I filed that report, that's a load of crap. I won't have my name attached to a clerical error.
That is all. So maybe it's someone there at Forlorn Hope.
Hello.
Welcome back.
The Rangers' versions of the reports they sent to Camp Golf don't match what you received.
I knew it. Every one of the false reports was signed off by Chief Hanlon at Camp Golf. But why would the Chief manipulate the reports? I need you to take everything we found to Chief Hanlon and confront him with it. I don't want to make this public unless we have to.
Yeah. I got paid. Oh, also, I think unless we got something else that's more pertinent, I think we'll go for Terrifying Presence next for our perk. Once we get there. So, let's see. Become one. And now I'll go to drop the save since we've been going back and forth, back and forth, back and forth. Not everything can be heavy combat. Savior of the damned. And what's more, since we are in the good graces of the NCR, we should have quite a bit of reputation and pull.
I'm occupied at the moment. Come see me when I'm on the balcony. Now all we need is like a little bayonet for this thing. I'm occupied at the moment. I'm occupied.
Kind of hoping it was going to walk to the balcony, but no. He keeps going to worse and worse beds. like you better be heading to the goddamn balcony. And then I'm going to save here, just so I don't have to... On the off chance this leads to combat, we die or something. I don't have to wait.
Back west, you don't see too many of these. Lakes, I mean. Natural or man-made. Any kind, really. We neglected the dams or pumped all the water out a long time ago. Owens, Isabella, the San Luis. Drained the aquifers of everything they had. Just a lot of mud and dust now. It's a different feeling watching the sun come up over the water. Takes some getting used to. But if you're here long enough, it starts to seem normal. That's what a ranger's life is now, looking east. You must be the courier folks have been talking about. Word on the radio is that someone wronged you back in Good Springs. The Mojave has a way of burning decent people up. But it sounds like you've done right by the NCR. It's appreciated. Now what can I do for you?
Seem like know a little too much, huh? Investigating some intel problems for Technical Sergeant Reyes.
Interesting that she would wrangle someone else into sorting out the problem. But I suppose you're in the right place. A lot of intel comes through here.
You know anything about the problems?
I don't know Technical Sergeant Reyes, but coordinating intel can be messy sometimes. Things get mixed up, people get confused. Heck, I get confused, and I've been doing this for a long time now. What he or she sees as a problem might be standard operating procedure. That's not to say Reyes is wrong for being concerned, but it's easy for the sand to get in your eyes out here.
Okay. How do you coordinate the intel?
It's a simple system when it works. Patrol rangers radio intel to ranger stations. Comm rangers send the intel up the station chain until it reaches Camp Gulf. Then I or one of the other rangers on duty organize the data, evaluate it, and send information to camps or troopers in the field.
Why don't the ranger stations send the intel directly to the troopers?
Comm rangers might have an incomplete picture of the situation. There's a lot going on out there. Intel needs to be coordinated through Gulf so we can verify and advise appropriately. Troopers have enough to deal with. We don't want them questioning their intel.
Okay, can you give me any advice?
Well, the logical thing to do is to check with the patrol rangers and comm officers. Don't be too discouraged if some things don't match up. Different people see different things, and sometimes the meaning gets twisted, lost in static from person to person.
Alright. So I guess technically I'm supposed to confront him about the others, right?
You've come back to see the...
Those are probably to combat, but...
Hold on. If we're gonna have this conversation, let's go somewhere more private. Don't worry.
Help! Help! I'm under attack!
Sorting and manipulating intelligence is what I do. It's what Rangers are supposed to do. This job isn't all gunfighting and gulping shots of whiskey, no matter what the boys and ladies out there say.
But you're inventing your own intelligence reports? I've seen the logs and talked to the Rangers.
You have you? Misdirection. When you're pinned down, outnumbered, and 2 days from any help, it's just about the best friend you can have. Misdirection's what saved me all these years. It's what saved us at Hoover Dam. But it's been 5 years now, and Caesar's right across that lake. He's closer now than he ever was before. I was a young man once. I know what it's like to want to fight for your home. But this isn't it.
How does spreading false intel help anything?
People back home don't listen. They don't care. Senators, Brahmin barons, folks who are just trying to make it from day to day. It's been so many years that people forget about it. Conscription brings in fresh troops that die here every month, like it's routine. And even if we hold this dam, what then? Are we going to send the NCR's men and women to die here for another 5 years? 10? Patrol the whole length of the Colorado for hundreds of miles? Holding this dam, it'll be the death of us.
So, why did you do it?
It's never gonna end. This fight with Caesar. People back home don't know what these young men and women are in for. The Legion is the worst enemy we've ever faced. But we can't stop Caesar here. Not without getting a lot of good people killed. More than anyone cares to count up. But even if we do stop him, I don't see how we're ever going to be able to pull out.
Aren't you fighting for the people of New Vegas?
We're fighting on their behalf, but Mr. House and the families are stringing us up inch by inch. They'll drain us dry while we fight and die over this dam. We offered them sanctuary in NCR territory before, but they won't listen. Troopers and Rangers have been dying here for more than 5 years while the families sit pretty behind that damn wall.
Okay, what do you think I should do about this?
First thing that comes to mind is to turn me in. But that might not be the best play, all things considered. Even if your heart's in the right place, I reckon it might do a lot more harm than good.
What will you do if I don't turn you in?
Oliver can't stand that Rangers got credit for victory at Hoover. Whatever I recommend, he does the opposite. I said I wanted us on the ridge. He put them right on the western part of the dam itself. We don't have enough firepower to hold that spot. If the troopers fall back, and they will, the Rangers will advance to cover Oliver's retreat. We lose the dam, Oliver in the center of the ruin.
On the one hand, I kind of don't care about NCR all that much. currently. Okay. So what about you and the Rangers?
Rangers are volunteers. Every man and woman who signs up is willing to die for the NCR, myself included. A lot of this is my fault. It's only right that I stand with them.
Tournament or not? You know what? I got a coin. Heads, we keep a secret. Tails, we turn them. Yeah, we got heads, so his secret is safe.
I don't know if you're working for Caesar, or if desperation's made me a heck of a lot more persuasive. Now, I trust we're done discussing this. I'm gonna step through that door and pretend like we never had this talk.
Okay. The right thing was probably to turn him in since he sullied the name of a bunch of other Rangers. But that's for another time. That one's glitched, we can't do that. We all go together. Can't be done. I think I'm only like missing one irradiated dog tag, but okay. So what we'll do is we'll travel to Prim, probably. Unless we're like super thirsty, in which case we'll just travel back to Good Springs Source and then drink there. And then we'll be pretty much all set. Yeah, okay, so we'll just go to Good Springs Source. We'll drink water there so we can save our purified water going in. And we'll save that for an entirely different stream. We shall go into the Great Divide. Next Wednesday. All things allowing. So begin that. I think I have enough points to take what's her name with us if we really wanted to. Which probably isn't like the worst idea either. Or we could just attempt to solo everything. Which is also doable. You know what? Let's go and flip a coin for that too. Heads, we take Lily, and tails, she gets left behind. If we're taking Lily, I'm going to go finish up that speech. I might do the signs. And tails, just getting left behind, so we'll save that for another time. So, I'll go ahead and save. Everything is locked in now. We're sitting at 182. We could try it, because I think we can leave, right? I think we can leave at any point. We're not going to be like 100% locked in. We have survivalist rifle, laser RCW, hunting shotgun, assault carbine, anti-material rifle, that, and the 9mm submachine gun. I'm also half tempted to try and take like the service rifle with us, just so we can use up 5.56. Alternatively, I could just collect all the 5.56 I possibly can. I don't know if there's any shops or anything in the DLC. From the little bit I remember, I doubt it. I really doubt it. But we'll go ahead and call it there. Especially before the ads start kicking in. And you know what? I don't know if there's anyone scrimming or not. Not really. There's a couple, but guess we'll just call it there. Hopefully I should be back tomorrow. Finish up the Greek campaign for Empire Earth. And then, I don't know. It kind of depends on when the DLC is going to be coming out for Age of Empires 3. I'd like to do that. I'm going to try and keep myself blind to it for the most part. And the only thing I might try and do is look up release date. When I checked Steam, it did not have a date or anything. Didn't even have a pre-order for it. So, in either case, stay healthy, stay frosty, and until next time, see ya.